There's a $17 kit sitting in a bin at Tractor Supply right now, and it will outperform every single $300 bug-out bag on Amazon. Every single one. I know that sounds wrong. Stick with me for 2 minutes because what I'm about to show you is going to change how you think about survival gear forever. In about 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact item, bin, price tag, and why a retired Army Ranger I interviewed last month called it the only thing he'd grab if the grid went down tonight. And item number 3 on this list, it's something you already own. You've probably got 2 of them in your garage right now. But you've been using it completely wrong for survival purposes, and that mistake could cost you. But the one that shocked me most, a former Marine Force recon operator has been carrying it hidden in his truck for 19 years. Most people walk right past it at the register. It costs less than a cup of coffee. We'll get to it, but not yet. Here's what nobody wants to say out loud. Most bug-out bags are gear theater. They look great in a YouTube thumbnail. They impress people at the gun show. But the guy who packed a $350 Maxpedition bag with $800 worth of tactical kit, he's the guy panicking in the Walmart parking lot at 3 a.m. because he forgot the one thing that actually keeps him alive the first 48 hours. This isn't about having more gear. This is about having the right gear, the gear that works when the power's out, when the roads are gridlocked, and when your hands are shaking. So here's what we're doing today. We're going item by item through a 9-piece Tractor Supply kit that costs $17.43. I kept the receipt, and I'm going to show you why each piece beats its overpriced tactical equivalent. Number 7 is useful. Number 3 will genuinely save your life. And number 1, most people in the prepper community have never even considered it. I hadn't either until a retired Special Forces medic sat across from me at a diner in Tennessee and showed me his kit. And by the way, that medic story, we'll get to it at number 1. Don't tap out early, number 9. Tractor Supply sells a 25-foot roll of orange Surveyors flagging tape for $1.29. You've seen this stuff, that neon orange plastic ribbon construction crews tie to stakes. Most preppers walk past it without a second look. That's a mistake. A friend of mine who served 2 tours in Afghanistan with the 82nd Airborne told me something I've never forgotten. He said, the first thing that kills people in a bug-out situation isn't dehydration or exposure. It's disorientation. You walk in circles. You lose your rally point. You lose your people. Flagging tape solves that. You mark your path. You mark your cache. You mark the trail back to your vehicle. At night, that orange catches a flashlight beam from 60 yards 129. 1 roll. Stuffs into a jacket pocket. No bug-out bag on Amazon includes it. That's the problem with gear designed by marketers instead of operators. Number 8 is where it starts to get interesting because this one's not even in the camping aisle. Number 8 is a 12-pack of Vaseline petroleum jelly packets. Not the big jar, the individual single-use packets. Tractor Supply stocks them in the Livestock section next to the Udder Balm. $2.49 for a 12-pack. I know what you're thinking. Vaseline? Really? Let me stop you right there. A former Navy corpsman who served with Marine infantry, 2 deployments to Iraq, told me this is the most underrated field item in existence. 1 packet rubbed onto a cotton ball is a fire starter that burns for 4 minutes in wet conditions. That same packet prevents blisters when you apply it to your feet before a 10-mile loadout march. It seals minor skin cracks that get infected in cold weather. It prevents chafing that will put a 300-pound tactical warrior on the ground faster than any enemy combatant .12 packets. $2.49. You can't find a single $300 bug-out bag that includes individual Vaseline packets. They're not tactical enough. They're not photogenic enough. They just work too well to be cool. Stay with me, because number 7 is where most preppers actually get angry when I show them this. Number 7. This is a 100-foot spool of 20-gauge steel mechanics wire. At Tractor Supply, it's 198. And before you say I've got paracord, let me tell you why paracord will not save you here. Paracord melts. Steel wire doesn't. You can use steel wire to repair a cracked pot handle over an open fire. You can twist it into a snare trap that will hold a rabbit or a squirrel. You can use it to lash a splint to a broken limb. You can run it as a tripwire perimeter alarm with tin cans. You can use it to fix a broken pack frame, a cracked gunstock mount, a snapped vehicle bracket, a retired Green Beret. 18 years in Special Forces told me in an interview, if I could only bring 3 things to a survival situation, mechanics wire would be one of them. because it fixes things that nothing else can fix. He wasn't joking. He had a roll in his truck, his kit bag, and his office desk. 198. Let that sink in. Bridge now, here's number 6, and this is the one that gets people heated in the comments. Number 6, a 2-pack of heavy-duty livestock ear tags. Yes, ear tags. The plastic ones farmers clip to cattle ears for identification. They're at Tractor Supply for $1.89 a pack. Blank on one side. Here's what most people don't know. These are among the toughest, most weatherproof writing surfaces ever manufactured. They're designed to survive years of mud, rain, UV exposure, and animal sweat. You write on them with a Sharpie, and that information is readable for months outdoors. Drop your blood type, your allergy information, your emergency contact, your primary rally point coordinates. You clip one to your pack, one goes on your dog, one goes on your kid's pack. In a mass casualty scenario, a major earthquake, a chemical spill, grid-down chaos, first responders are trained to look for exactly this type of identification. A former Army medic who now runs emergency response training outside of Nashville told me, "I can tell you from mass casualty drills, people with identification on their gear get triaged correctly. People without it get delayed. In the first hour, that delay kills." 89. And we're not even at the good stuff yet. Number 5 is the one I get emails about every week. Number 5. Tractor Supply sells a thing called Cortex tape. It's an agricultural stretch bandage. Used on horse and livestock legs, it's self-adhering, sticks to itself, not to skin. One roll runs 179 This is the single best field wound wrap available. No adhesive means no skin tearing on removal. It conforms to any body part. It stays on in water. It compresses. It doesn't slip. It's used in veterinary medicine instead of the consumer medical grade stuff because it's tougher. Here's what a retired Special Forces 18D medic, that's the medical sergeant, told me when I showed him my first aid kit. He looked at my Israeli bandages and my combat gauze. Then he looked at my livestock bandaging tape. He tapped the Cortex roll and said, "This is the one thing in here that's going to work correctly regardless of conditions. Your hands are cold, you're shaking, it's dark, this still goes on right." The other stuff requires technique. A livestock bandage, 179 performs better than the $22 tactical wrap in your expensive kit. The reason it's not in those kits? It doesn't look cool in a photo. That's the whole answer. Look, nobody's saying ditch your trauma kit. I'm saying you've been paying tactical markup for things that perform worse under stress. That's worth knowing. Number 4 is the item most people already own, and the reason you're using it wrong will legitimately surprise you. Number 4, heavy-duty contractor garbage bags. The big 3 mil black ones, 33-gallon. Tractor Supply sells an 8-pack for $2.79. You've got a box of these under your kitchen sink right now, and you are using them completely wrong. Most people think trash bag, right, maybe a rain poncho. That's about 4% of what these are for in a survival situation. A contractor bag becomes a waterproof ground sheet, a solar still, a water collection funnel during rain, an insulation layer packed with dry leaf, a signal panel, a stretcher when filled and tied, a waterproof document and electronics pouch, a vapor barrier inside your boots to prevent hypothermia in wet conditions, an improvised flotation device, a concealment bag for gear. That's 9 survival functions from one item. That costs less than a candy bar. A former Marine Scout sniper I spoke with last year, 12 years in service, 3 combat tours, told me, "Every SERI instructor I ever had emphasized the contractor bag. It's not glamorous. It's not tactical. It's the most versatile tool in any survival context, and almost nobody gives it the respect it deserves." He carries 4 folded flat in every vehicle he owns, 8-pack for $2.79. Now we're getting into the top 3, and this is where the kit goes from useful to genuinely life-saving. Number 3 is the one that will make you walk into your garage tonight and look at what you've had this whole time. Number 3. This is the one that's going to make you go check your garage. Tractor Supply sells a 50-foot roll of natural sisal twine, $1.49. Scratchy, brown plant fiber rope, the stuff grandmothers tie around package boxes. And there's a very real chance you have a ball of it on a shelf somewhere right now. Here's the problem. You've been thinking of it as string. Preppers think about sisal completely wrong. Natural sisal is the single best dry tinder material that isn't specifically manufactured tinder. Pull it apart, fray the fibers, and you have a bird's nest fire bundle that will catch a spark from a ferro rod on the first or second strike in conditions where your lighter has failed, your matches are wet, and your commercial tinder is gone. This is survival fire starting at $1.49 a roll. It also makes superior lashing for a field expedient shelter frame. It biodegrades so you're not marking your position with synthetic trash. It can be twisted into stronger cordage. It can be used as a medical tourniquet in a genuine emergency. Not ideal, but functional. I did a field test with a former Army Ranger, 8 years of service, 2 deployments to eastern Afghanistan. We took a wet fire commercial tinder cube, a Vaseline cotton ball, and a frayed Sisal bundle. We tested all 3 in 40-degree drizzling rain with a ferrocerium rod. The wet fire won. The Vaseline cotton ball came in second by a fraction of a second. The Sisal was third, but it caught, and it was $1.49 versus $8.99 for the commercial product. Third place in a survival fire test for unfolding in the rain is not a bad result. That's a result worth $1.49. We've got number 2 and number 1 left, and I told you at the start that number 1 is the one the Special Forces medic showed me at a diner in Tennessee. That's coming. But first, number 2 might genuinely make you angry at the gear industry. Number 2. This one is personal for me because I spent $47 on a tactical version of the exact same thing 2 years before I figured this out. Tractor Supply sells a 4-pack of cattle identification cable ties, heavy duty, stainless steel locking mechanism, UV stabilized plastic coating, made to stay on a 200-pound animal through rain, mud, sun, and cold for years. The 4-pack is $1.89. The tactical gear industry sells you survival zip ties and heavy-duty restraint straps and equipment lashing systems. Marketing terms for zip ties at $9 to $14 per small pack. Tractor Supply's agricultural cable ties are heavier gauge, UV treated, and field tested on livestock. They're tougher than the tactical version. They cost 1/5 the price. The prepper industry is not always your friend. Sometimes it's just marketing wearing a multicam pattern. A friend who spent 11 years as a combat controller with the Air Force, that's the guys who call in airstrikes from behind enemy lines, told me, in the field you're always fixing things. Packs break, gear fails. You're strapping, lashing, securing constantly. I've used zip ties more than I've used half the stuff in my kit. Buy the ugliest, heaviest ones you can find. They don't need to look tactical. They need to hold. If you've spent money on tactical cable ties, I get it. I did it too, but you'll never do it again after today. $1.89 for the 4-pack. And now, finally, we get to number 1. The one item that a retired Special Forces medic told me he's never been without. The one item this entire kit is built around. The reason this $17 kit laughs at a $300 bug-out bag night 1, the big reveal. All right, here it is. Number 1 is a 2-gallon Ziploc-style heavy freezer bag, the agricultural food storage version Tractor Supply carries in the canning and food prep section. $1.49 for a 10-pack. And before you say that's a Ziploc bag, man, hear me out, because the medic's story matters here. I was sitting with a retired 18D, Special Forces medical sergeant, at a truck stop diner outside of Cookeville, Tennessee. We were talking about kit. He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a flat stack of these heavy-gauge freezer bags. He puts them on the table. He says, people spend $200 on waterproof cases. People spend $80 on roll-top dry bags. People spend $30 on tactical pouches. I've been carrying these for 22 years, and I have never once had a mission where I didn't use at least one. He went through the list. I wrote it down on a napkin. I still have the napkin. A heavy freezer bag keeps your fire-starting kit bone dry when everything else is soaked. It keeps your phone dry when you're crossing a creek. It stores water when your bottle breaks. It seals a sucking chest wound as an improvised occlusive dressing. This is real trauma medicine, not YouTube prepper theater. It protects documents. It carries foraged plants for identification. It collects rainwater. It stores medication. It keeps your emergency cash and ID dry when you're swimming a river. The improvised occlusive dressing piece, I want to make sure you heard that. In a penetrating chest trauma, gunshot, shrapnel, puncture wound to the lung, a sealed plastic bag over the wound prevents tension pneumothorax, which will kill a person in minutes. Military medics know this. Civilians don't. And a $300 bug-out bag might have a commercial chest seal in it, or it might not. But a 10-pack of heavy freezer bags for $1.49 means you have 10 chest seals. That's not hyperbole. That's emergency medicine. The medic picked up the bags off the diner table and put them back in his jacket. He said, I've been to 4 conflicts. I've worked mass casualty events. I've been in situations where the gear I bought let me down. These never have. I believed him $149 for a 10-pack. Let that sit for a second against the $300 bag you've been eyeing on Amazon. Okay, we've covered the 9 items. Total cost when I laid them all out on my truck tailgate and added the receipt, $17.43. I'll put that breakdown on screen now so you can screenshot it. Surveyors tape, 129s. Vaseline packets, 249. Steel wire, 198s. Ear tags, 89. Cortex wrap, 179s. Contractor bags, 279s. Sisal twine, 149. Toes, cable ties, heavy freezer bags, 149. Plus tax, 1743. That is a survival kit that covers fire, water, shelter, signaling, wound care, navigation, and gear repair in a bag that weighs less than 2 pounds. For $1743 now, I told you there's one more thing that nobody talks about. And this is the one that took me the longest to understand because it's not about gear at all. That same Special Forces medic at the diner, before we left, he said something to me that I think about every time I look at my gear wall. He said the most dangerous prepper is the one who thinks his gear is his plan. Gear is the last 10%. The other 90% is knowing what to do with it. A man with nothing and a plan will outlast a man with everything and no plan every time. I'm not saying your gear doesn't matter. I'm saying the $17 kit you can actually carry, actually afford multiples of, and actually practice with beats the $300 kit gathering dust by a factor of 10. The gear that's on you when it happens is the only gear that counts. A $17 kit at Tractor Supply that's in your truck, your work bag, and your nightstand drawer beats one $300 showpiece kit in a closet every single time. That's the whole lesson. That's the $17 truth the gear industry doesn't want you to have. If this video changed how you look at your kit, even one item, do me one favor. Share it with one person who needs to hear it, not because I need the views, because that person needs the information. And right now, most of them are spending $300 on gear theater instead of $17 on gear that works. Next video, I'm going somewhere most people in this community won't touch. I've spent the last 4 months talking to veterans, prepper community leaders, and rural real estate contacts in 3 specific states. And what I found is not what the YouTube algorithm wants me to say. I'm going to show you the 3 states where veterans and experienced preppers are actually relocating right now. The real data, not the listicle, and why the number 2 state on that list is a place most people in this community have written off completely. That video goes up Thursday. You don't want to miss it.